So Devin West, about 0.2 slower than his father. And that's what we were talking about there. That tire wear. Dan's going to catch him before the end of this run, I think.
Will father let son win, or will daddy take it to son? To the woodshed, as they say on the virtual pavement course here at Auto Club. These two drivers, very respected on the must-see on the Northwest Racing program for both the Cup and the Truck Series. And as we work, 19 to go now, West and West, 1 and 2. This scripture, you cannot paint a picture as it is the same scenario as we saw at the beginning of this race. We're seeing it now as we see Moore in 34 and King in 44 battle for that position. That is for 4th and 5th.
And we've talked about it a couple times. I want to do it one more time. Great run by Tyler King tonight.
Oh, for sure.
44.
In a pink truck. In a pink truck of all things.
Pink truck. Nothing wrong with that, but Wesley, Tyler King has had so many good runs in this series. Just hasn't had the results to show it because something always happens. He is trying to fight his way into the top 5. This is so good for Tyler King to have a good run like this.
Laps are winding down again here at Auto Club. Late race caution. What do you think? Do you think we'll see it, Greg Rentz?
I don't know.
Highly unlikely, I feel.
We'll have to see how this one unfolds. We're inside 20 to go. Devin West continues to lead. It's now down to 2.1 seconds, and Wesley, Devin is in lap traffic.
And this is going to cost Devin West, where father can run down son. Mired in lap traffic to the outside. The Hooters, number 19, or the number 9 entry of Walters. Walters will scamper up the outside of the racetrack and get out of harm's way. And now you've also got the man that brought out the caution, Ryan Heffley, right there in front of the man for second of Dan West Jr. He'll clear him and go back and pick off lap vehicles one by one. And here's that thing that I always say, you know, Greg, there's a race. You're not in it. Get out of the way, lap traffic. But here's the thing. They're on the tail end of the lead lap. But you've got guys like Walters and Heffley are 2 and 4 laps down. Move out of the way. Let these guys run their race.
And hopefully they do. Walters giving West the space, but Walters is trying to fight back now to get that lap back. He is 2 laps down, so he's trying to get himself back 1 lap down. And what this is going to do, Wesley, is this is going to allow Dan West Jr. to close in even more, because now Devin is kind of unintentionally locked in a battle with Corey Walters. So now Devin's having to try to fend him off. This is allowing Dan to close up even more.
For sure, reeling him in.
0.3 faster that time, Wesley.
119 of 134. Cut upon 15 laps to go here at Auto Club Speedway. And Dan West Jr. is closing in on his son, Devin. The interval, 1.5 seconds and more. As they are closing in, still battling Walters. The lap truck is Devin West off the corner. 15 to go here at Auto Club.
Devin still feeling pressure from Corey Walters, who's trying to unlap himself. Third place, Jeff Stabnow, is about 5 seconds back now with this battle, and he's locked in the battle right now with Chris White, who has closed the gap on him. And Stabnow and White going off into turn number 1 right now. They're locked in the battle for third, and it's another 4 back to Dennis Moore, who's, again, can't say enough about the Moores. They have done a great job in their debut race here tonight, but the battle right now is for third as White peeks to the inside just a little bit on Stabnow. But Dan West Jr. in the 55 is closing on his son Devin. It was another 0.3 that time. They come across the line now, closing towards the finish. See what it is at the line. Another 0.3 of a second. Dan West Jr. is 0.3 of a second faster than his son Devin right now.
Watching this other battle ensue. That's between the 24 and the 83 for third. Jeff Stabnow and White off the back straightaway. Stabnow looked like he was going to be a man to beat there, but I'm telling you, the class of the field is the West family. Father and son have took it on the whip to the rest of the field here as West and West begin to battle. You got that lap track in the middle of Walters.
And it's another 3/10 faster, Wesley. But now West Jr. is going to catch up to the back of them. This is where the difference comes in. Catching them is one thing, passing's another.
That's right.
And Devin is not just going to lay over and say, "Yep, go ahead, Dad." Can guarantee you Devin is going to go all out here.
I think we're going to see an awesome father-son finish here. Shades of Bobby and Donnie Allison, or Dale Sr. and Dale Jr. in the real world of cup racing. And the reality of here comes West.
Did you see the slide out of Dan West Jr.?
That's right. Dan West Jr. got loose there. Walters scampers to the outside lane and clears the way for the West father. And he has reeled in now the leader like bait on a hook on a hot summer day here in the California. Here he comes down the down the back stretch, and he has closed in with lap traffic still in the way, but Dan West Jr. is to his son on the outside, looking for a battle for the lead in 3.
Yep, we've got a battle breaking out for the lead. Dan West Jr. using the lap traffic as a pick to go after his son. But now he's on the back bumper, and now he's going to have to try to work his way around him. And Devin is not going to lay it down. We'll see what move Dan does here. Boy, Dan West Jr. just sliced his way through Walters and Smith. No problem there. What's he going to try here? He's going to go outside for starters, but Devin's going to have a better run through 1 and 2. And here's another question. How much did Dan West Jr. use up? Well, question asked, question answered. Here he comes.
Look out, Gordon Ramsay. Hell's Kitchen's come to Auto Club with Dan West Jr. as he is annihilated through the field on a chopping block of pavement, picking him off with precise precision, one by one, picking him up, putting him down. And now, father, son, 1 and 2. Walters, the lap truck, is still trying to stay there, but here comes Danny West to the inside, giving back the lead on lap number 125 with 10 to go here at Auto Club.
Devin not going away, though, but into turn number 1, Dan with the lead. Watch the crossover as Devin goes to the inside. Remember, 4-lap difference on the tires, and we saw just how much that means right now. Dan going back, though, is Devin to the inside. They are drag racing into turn number 3. Irwindale's drag strip not too far away. They also have a half-mile oval, which is where I grew up. But Devin leading the way at the big track right now.
Irwindale Speedway, cross the line here at Auto Club. 9 laps to go. West and West at the stripe. This time it goes back to the sun.
1/100th of a second, the margin there between Devin and Dan. Devin's going to clear him there. Dan may have gotten a little bit loose and pushed up the track a little bit. Devin able to open up a little bit of a lead now.
Father, son, West family down the back straightaway. It started this way in the opening, 40 laps? A penalty or something happened on Devin West. Dan West took advantage of it, and then he rallied and came back through the field. One caution has stopped this whole event back on lap 72 with an accident involving the 62 of Ryan Heffley, who's on the pit lane again 5 laps down. And West side by side again for the lead. Here comes Son on the bottom. He'll make it work.
How is Devin West doing this right now? 4-lap difference.
Here's a crossover.
Crossover by Dan. And look at Corey Walters not going away either. Could Corey Walters affect the outcome of this?
Father West on the inside. Lap traffic still in the battle with Walters. Corey Walters. Got to make you think, if his truck wasn't, 2 laps down, could he be a contender fighting with these leaders for victory? As he's right there battling with them in the Hooters number 9, bottom of the apron. Below the right line is Dan West Jr. Far back over Sun West, back to turn 1, and under 7 laps to go.
Keep your eyes on the 5, see if he can get a run. I think he's too far back to get a run this time, and that lap differential is really going to start affecting him now. Look at the run Dan got off of turn number 2. They're able to pull away, and Devin's trying to use the draft of Walters to help get back up there because those tires are just so much more abused. Those 4 laps on this bumpy track surface just eats those tires alive, trying to fight back now. But Dan West Jr., I think, may have just made the winning pass.
West, it's Stab now. And one of the things we noticed also, Greg, is we're under the 6 laps to go here at the stripe. West have pulled away, battling for the lead, father-son. Stab now has lost ground on them. The interval almost 6 seconds back for third.
Walters trying to push up on West.
Dan West Jr. has cleared Devin. Walters lap traffic in the way. Gotta wonder though, Greg, do you think that Devin is saving his equipment to make that late rally with under 5 laps to go this time by at the start-finish line?
We'll see, but those tires, I think that might just be too much to overcome for Devin. What a charge, though, he has put on today after falling a lap down. Going into God mode, basically, for the number 5 of Devin West to come out and rally back to second lead for a while. But Dan West Jr., those 4 laps less on those tires is going to be the difference here tonight, I think.
The virtual battle of father and son continuing on here as it's been those 2 trucks, the classes of the field, with Stab now a distant third. A couple of other notable mentions would also be the Moore drivers. They've made a very interesting appearance tonight in 34 and 33. Right now, 7th and 6th and 7th position for those trucks, making in my first ever debut seeing them. And they've done really good, Greg.
They have done fantastic.
4 to go.
Yeah, 4 to go here. Dan West Jr. leading the way right now and pulling away 0.8 of a second last time by. Let's see what it is this time.
There's that battle again for third with Jeff Stabnow and White. Chris Wine in the 83. Sizing each other up, back, looking, creeping, crawling. Inside and outside. White trying to get around Stabnow. And I'll say this much, Greg, as we come to 2 to go next time by. Stabnow, third, he's been consistent with his finishes the last couple of weeks, and that helps you in the quest of running for a championship.
He has, but he's still under heat right now from Chris White in the 83, who's trying to go to the inside once again, going into turn number 3. 2 Fords battling it out for the third and final spot on the podium. Looks to be, unless something drastic happens in the next 2 laps, that we will see a Ford on the podium in its debut race.
2 to go.
There. 2 to
Sliding.
go. West Jr.
Slipping was Stabnow and White. That battle continues. The best battle for third, for podium spot P3, for P1, for the victory. It's right now Dan West Jr. leading as there's that third place battle again between Stabnow and White. But now we come to it. The white flag will come in the air this time by. The leader is the number 55 of Dan West Jr. As again we showed this race for third, best battle. But nonetheless, the white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go, and it's all Dan West Jr. at the line.
West Jr. putting on a clinic tonight. What a dominating performance by West Family Racing. I think they led just about 90% of the laps. We had a couple different drivers get a couple turns up front, but man, oh man, Dan West Jr., Devin West, far and away the 2 fastest trucks in the field tonight.
Final time down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It is Dan West Jr. For also Team LSR TV on LSR TV. will come out of turn number 4. What a show for father and son, reality or virtual. The